Hey everyone. Alright, so I want to put together a quick video on how to get Brutal Doom up and running on a Mac laptop via Steam. So the reason I'm making this video is while there are sort of a hodgepodge of different sources on how to get this working, there really wasn't one just central source of information that demonstrated how to do it, at least not one that I found. So I figured I'm probably not the only one who wants to know how to do this, mainly because my bloodlust itch has been bothering me ever since I saw the trailer for Doom Eternal, and I've been wanting to play Brutal Doom again. So that being said, what is Brutal Doom? Well, Brutal Doom is a modified version of the normal sort of old school Doom. And by old school, I mean like pre-3D Doom, where it was only like pseudo 3D. We can call it 2.5D. And what they did is they have totally redone, I believe, the engine and made it actually true 3D. So this means now you have a Z axis that you can, look up and down on. Essentially, they've made it like pretty much a modern first-person shooter. So there's physics, there's lighting effects, and a whole slew of mods. In fact, I think this most recent update to Brutal Doom has vehicles in it, which is pretty wild. So if you haven't played Brutal Doom, please, I highly recommend that you do. If you haven't played Doom, Jesus Christ, please play it. All right. So I'm done with my little advertisement. By the way, I'm not, associated with them at all. I just fucking love Doom. Moving right along, first thing you need is Doom, obviously. So let's go to Steam and let us purchase some Doom. Come on, Steam. There we go. Okay. So you can see I have already bought the Ultimate Doom as well as Doom 2. So why is this necessary? Well, even though Doom is a really old game, it's still a very popular game. So we need to actually purchase it. The mod service that we're going to be using called gzdoom, I think that's right, gzdoom, will check to make sure that you have the WAD file. So you need to purchase it. What makes things a little difficult is the only version of Doom that is currently available on Steam is the version for PC. And as I said, we are on a Mac laptop. So how do we get around that hurdle? Or how do we get over that hurdle? So you're going to buy the game as normal, pretending you have a PC. Once you've purchased it, you're then going to move on to the next step, which is how to force Steam to download it to your computer. So Steam is by default set up to not allow you to download games to a platform that you're not on. So as I said twice before, I'm on a Mac laptop. The Steam version we're going to download is for Windows. So the way we get around that is through something called steamcmd or steam command. And let me move over to my little notes page here. So you can see there's some general sources that I've used. And I'll post this in the video description. But anyways, first thing is get steam command. And before that, we are going to make a directory that we will use to install our Windows games on our Mac laptop. So we need to open Terminal, and I have a icon for Terminal right on my hotbar. Is that the name for it? But you can find it in Applications, in Utilities, and then Terminal. So your terminal might look a little different than mine. I've added some, customized. It looks cool. Whatever. Okay, so we're just going to paste that command into the terminal, and what this does is it's going to make a directory in tilde, and tilde is shorthand for our home directory. So if your username was xenophobe, which happens to be my username, it would be making this directory in xenophobe/steam. And then the second command, which is what the and means, that there's another thing we want it to do, is going to change directory into that folder we just created. And we're done. And you can see that the little address here has changed from tilde to tilde steam. Great. So next step is we're going to actually download steam command. So we can just literally copy this command, paste it in terminal, and it will download steam command into this folder. So if we type ls to see what's in the directory, we can see we have steam command. Awesome. All right. Next step, we need to log in. Or I'm sorry, we need to start the steam command platform, and we need to force it to say to think that we're on a Windows computer. Okay, literally just copy and paste this. Make sure you're in the Steam folder we just created, and it's going to do a little updating. But we should have it good to go in a second, and you'll see that it starts its own little sort of command prompt or API. So you can see this is not the normal shell that we were just in. This is the Steam command shell. So things like ls probably won't work in here. Yeah. So it has its own set of commands. So understand that you're in this little sort of microcosm right now. Okay. Next step, we are going to log in. And all you have to do to log in is log in and then your username. So for me, I have my credentials saved. Steam, what do you want? Not right now, Steam. I have my credentials saved on my computer, so it should log me in automatically. But you will probably need to enter in your password. So now that we're logged in, you should have access to all your games. So the next thing we're going to do is force install directory. This will tell the Steam command application where we want to install our Windows games on our Mac computer. So we're going to tell it a folder name. So we can just paste force install directory, and then we're going to pick a directory. So // lets it know that we are selecting a directory that is in our current location. And as you may recall, our current location is in the ~steam directory. So this will then just create a directory within that directory. So let's, I forget what I called it, like forced Steam install games. What did I do here? Where are you? Here we are. No? Yes. Force installed games. Okay, just for the ease of copy and paste, we're just going to call the directory this, which is what I called it last time. Okay, so the directory exists. We can now install the game to our new directory. And so we are going to find the app ID of the game we want to install, and then we're going to type app update followed by the app ID. So the way we find the app ID is we go to Steam, and the real Steam, not the command line, and we are going to find it in our library, whatever game we want to install. Let's install the Ultimate Doom. And we're just going to go over here to links and go to the store page. Okay, and you'll see the URL up here has a number at the very end. That number is 2280. So we're going to go over here to our Steam command line, and we're going to type app update and then the app ID number, which is 2280. And this should install the game to the forced installed games folder. And this should take a very little amount of time because it's Doom and it is, you know, it's an old game, so it's a very small file size. So that should be installed. And we can check, by the way, to get out of this, you just simply type exit, and this will bring us back to our normal command prompt. To check this, we can do ls, and we can see now that there's all these goodies in here. And specifically the one that we are interested in is that folder that we created, forced installed games. So we can change directory to forced installed games. Okay, press enter. And then we can do ls again, and we should see a base folder. Now the base folder is going to be important because that is where the WAD file is. So we can change directory to base, okay, ls to list the contents, and we can see that we have these WAD files, okay, specifically doom.wad. Now that is what's going to let gzdoom play the game. So that was probably a little convoluted for everyone who's not comfortable with the shell, but just to show you that those folders, you know, exist outside of the matrix, we can go into our folder via the GUI here, find our Steam folder. Here we are, and we can see those exact same folders that we just looked at in the shell, okay? Great, so that exists. Next step, we're going to need to install gzdoom, I believe. Let me look at my notes here. We are, yes, that is the next step. So to do that, we're just simply going to go download the latest development build of gzdoom. As of this video, this is the latest build. So click it, download it. As I said, all these URLs should be in the video description once I post this to YouTube. And then we're just going to click this and drag it to the app folder. There we are. Drag it to applications. I've already, you know, done this in the past, but why not? We'll just do it again. We're going to replace it. We're going to just go into applications here. We're going to find gzdoom because finding things alphabetically is difficult apparently. And we're going to try and open it. Now it should hem and haw about it being an application downloaded from the internet. We're just going to click open. And you'll see it runs, however, it can't find that WAD file, the WAD file. And the reason it can't find it is because we have not told it where to look. Also, by the way, if you're having trouble opening this gzdoom application, what we can do is go to System Preferences, go into Security and Privacy, and there should be a little blob here, which is saying, do you want to open the gzdoom app anyways? And you will just click yes. Great. Anyways, back to the tutorial. We need to tell it where to look, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go into its .ini file. Now, you have to make sure to run it at least once so it actually creates this .ini file. And you can see that the location of that file is right here. Okay, remember tilde is your username, library preferences, gzdoom.ini. So we're going to quit, and then we're going to go and try and find that. Now you could use the terminal to find it, but since I'm guessing most people viewing this are not quite as comfortable with that, we can just simply go in through the GUI. So go to your hard drive, go to users, find your username. Then we're going to go to library. Okay, now this is a hidden folder. If you can't see it, there are 1001 tutorials on how to be able to see these hidden folders. I don't really remember off the top of my head, but there's hotkeys and whatever. Just Google it. I believe in you. Okay, library, and then we're going to go to preferences, I believe. What's the next step? Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to find our gzdoom.ini file. Come on. I have so many things. Okay, there it is. So this wants us to open it with Visual Studio. I prefer Sublime Text. Great. Now, you can see that this file already has some things in it. Now, this is because I have already edited this file, but the original file should not have any of these lines here, nor should it have this line here. And you can see that in my previous installation, I used the Doom folder instead of the force installed game folder. So we're going to have to tweak this anyways, okay? But your gzdoom.ini file will not have this line, nor will it have these lines, but it will. Just hold on. Okay, so we need to tell it first where to look for the normal Doom game. Well, as you may recall, our normal Doom game is installed here in our Steam folder, and then force installed games, base, and then that WAD file, okay? So we just need to tell it that path. And what you're gonna do is / to indicate that we are at the top of the directory structure. Then we're gonna go to users / whatever your username is, / steam / whatever you called that folder. So we're gonna switch this into forced installed games, right? Or what did we call this again? Yes, okay. / base, okay? That's always gonna be the same because that's where the Doom stuff is. I'm gonna do something right now that you certainly don't have to do, but it's only because this file already exists. I'm going to comment out these lines so it doesn't try to find these files, okay? Because currently these files shouldn't exist because I'm starting over fresh except for this. All right, so once you've edited this file, you're going to save it, okay? And then we're gonna go and we're gonna run gzdoom again, okay? And we're just gonna make sure that Doom launches now. So we told it where to look, and there we are. Great. So this is just pretty much standard Doom. It's nothing fancy. It doesn't have all the mods that we want to install. So let's install them. All right, next step we're going to do is we're going to download Brutal Doom, okay? And Brutal Doom can be downloaded from Meow. Okay, and the new beta release of the game, at least new as far as this video, was released, and it has a bunch of crazy stuff in it. So I am downloading version 21 public beta from April 2018. If there's a newer one, you probably want to download that. Simply click download. It should start automatically. If not, you can click the mirror button and wait for that to finish. Okay, so we're going to kind of go through the same routine that we did with the base game as far as telling the .ini file where to look. So unzip, sorry, and I'm 12 going on 32 apparently, or 32 going on 12. So we have this PK3 file, okay? This is what has all the lovely data in that we want gzdoom to read. So for convenience sake, I'm going to put this file in the same folder as the Doom files. Really, you could have it anywhere, but I'm putting it in with the rest of the stuff. So press Control-C to copy. Then, do I have another Finder window somewhere, maybe? Hopefully. Yes. Okay, so copy that, and then we're going to go into, but I do not have the folder I want. Okay, so we're going to just create a new one. We're going to go into Macintosh HD, library, Steam. Oh, I'm sorry. Had a bit of a brain fart. Macintosh HD users, xenophobe, and that would be your username. And then Steam, and then force installed games, base. Okay, and then we're just going to paste it in there. Okay. Now, before it knows where to find this and to run this file, we need to go back to our gzdoom.ini file, and we need to find the section that says oh, it looks like it got rid of got rid of those lines that we commented out. So what we're going to do is, that is odd. Interesting. Very interesting. So we're going to tell it where to look. And to do that, that is really weird. Am I just not seeing it? No, there's force installed games. This is the correct INI file. I guess it overwrit the file when I ran Doom for the first time. So we're going to be looking for this doom.Autoload section, and we're going to be pasting stuff under there. Cool little hack, kinda, is we can just, since we already have this file copied, if you go to a text editor, you can just paste, and it would paste the file name in there. So you don't need to remember, that whole file name. You can just do that, and remember it's in the same area as the base game. So we can just literally copy that and paste right. My girlfriend is trying to covertly get in the car, I think. Hey Ray, say hi to the internet. Okay, so let's wait for the garage door to... I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, don't mind me. Just recording a video. You take care. All right, sorry. All right, there goes the garage again. So where were we? We can go to, totally derailed my concentration. Oh yes, okay, we were just copying the path information, okay? So we have this, Command C, and then we're going to go down here to where we pasted the file name, and we are going to do that. Oh, wait, we got to put path equals first. Okay, so that should tell it where to look. Now, be warned that the files that are listed underneath this doom.Autoload section will run every single time you run a Doom game, regardless of what that Doom game is. Since we want Brutal Doom on all our Doom games, of course, we're going to put it there. Okay, great. So save it, and we can just do another quick test to make sure everything is hunky-dory. So let's run gzdoom, and we should see a Brutal Doom option. Let's see. There we are, Brutal Doom options. So Brutal Doom is working. Great. Now let's install the rest of the mods. So the other mods we want to get are Doom Metal, which is a heavy metal rendition of all the amazing audio files, most of the music files, I mean. Then we have high quality sound effects, high resolution textures, and then of course advanced taunts and one-liners, which of course is necessary. So let's just quickly get those. I'm wondering, yeah, no, that's still there. All right, so to get those files, we're just simply going to click on this link to get the Doom Metal file. Download now. And you know what, let's just do all the downloads right now. Doom FX. Should just auto download. All right, then we're gonna get the high resolution texture pack. This should be a GitHub page. Yes, it is. Download. And we're going to download it for gzdoom, which I assume is pretty much the same as gzdoom, but without the G. So there we are. Okay, and then finally, we're going to download the taunts. Great. So once all 4 of these files are done downloading, we're going to unzip all of them. And let's see, it looks like we're still missing the mega download. There we are. Okay, so now we have all 4 of these. So let's install them. So we're just going to follow that same process that we did before. We're going to unzip the files. Oh, fuck. Okay, fun fact, if you double click this, since it's already a PK3 file and not a zip file, it will just run Doom. So don't do that, okay? And also it's gonna complain about this being changed probably. Maybe not. Okay, so we have all these files unzipped. So let's add them all to the directory. Where are our unzipped files? There's PK3. We'll just do that one first. All right, copy it. And then we're going to put it into the base folder. Okay, it's in there. Then we're going to go over to our ini file. We're going to paste the file name. And then we're going to, oopsie, wrong area, undo. We're going to paste it here, sorry. Let's get the path. All right, and that looks good. All right, so now we're going to get second one. Taunts and one-liners. You can see I've already done this a couple times. Copy it over to the base folder. There it is. Go back over here, paste the file name, copy the path. Bingo, bango, bongo. Okay, then we're going to do the there it is, off the screen. Sound effects. Copy it to base, paste in the ini file. Great, copy the path. And is that all of them? Brutal Doom, high texture pack, taunts and one-liners. Oh, Doom metal, Jesus, that's the most important one. So we will go back to our download folder and we'll find the metal. I think I already unzipped this, but yeah, a couple times. So copy this, paste it in the base folder, and then go back to the ini file, paste the file name, copy the path information. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's now save this. It's saved, and then we're gonna run we're gonna run Doom, gzdoom again. So before we do, As you can see from the number of WAD files that are in my downloads folder, I've recorded this video once or twice before. And as it turns out, the sheer magnificence of Brutal Doom tends to make OBS, the program I'm using to record this, I believe the technical term is shit the bed. So we're not going to record it using OBS. I'm going to take a small break, and I'm going to record it with my cell phone because Mac laptop. Stand by. All right, and we're back. I've jerry-rigged a cell phone stand out of a 2x4. And all right, let's run it. So it should be loading all these mods that we wanted to install. And you can tell by the audio, which you may or may not be able to hear very well, it is not a MIDI track anymore. It is a live recorded drum solo, which will eventually devolve into a lovely heavy metal riff. All right, so let's play this fucker. Oh, no, let's not play this fucker. We gotta do some things first, otherwise it's not gonna play like a normal FPS. So, to do this, we need to customize some controls. So we want WASD. So we're gonna have E be open, move forward W, move backwards S, strafe left A, strafe right D. Then we are going to set jump to space, crouch to command, and that is it. Also run to shift. Okay? We're then going to go to mouse options, and you can see I've already kind of done this, but make sure always mouse look is set to on. And then I would actually set my, turning speed 1.5. Let's do that. Okay. And then we want to go to HUD options and get a reticle. They call it a crosshair, but I selected the 2x2 dot. Okay. And that's just because since we are going to be able to use the Z axis now, it's good to be able to actually aim. All right, now let's play. Sure. All right. So that red text is just complaining that, you know, my hardware isn't amazing. All right, we could go through this, but we're gonna kill some bad guys. You can see there's lighting effects, there's physics, and we can look around and jump. All right, that's pretty sweet. Now let's see if we can do something really cool that we can only do with Brutal Doom, and that is fuck around with vehicles. So let's do this one, huh? You ever wanted a Doom mech unit? Now, I'm not 100% sure how to switch my weapons here. Oh, I pressed E to get out. I would have thought it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's not. I have a feeling we can still deal with, you know, whatever. Maybe. Come here, motherfucker. Jesus. I don't know if we can get him, actually. Oh, shit, son. All right. New tactic. Ugh. I've never actually piloted this before. There we go. Woo! We did it, guys. All right. So, let me undo my custom clamp there. That was the Brutal Doom installation tutorial, and big props obviously to the modders and hackers who put this together. It is, I would actually say it's my favorite game ever. Not Doom, Doom is up there, but Brutal Doom. You've done wonders. Please everyone play it. All right, thank you. Oh, one last thing. As I said, I'm gonna post this to YouTube. I'll be monitoring the comments, so if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try and get back to you really fast. All right, rip and tear, my friends.